Good seeing everyone. Give everyone a little bit of time to kind of come in right now. Play a little Psalms 121, sung in ancient Hebrew, again by Yada Yah 7. Shalom, shalom. Good seeing everyone. Shalom, shalom.
Suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will slumber. Behold.
Shalom, shalom. Good seeing everyone. Grand Rising family, good seeing everyone. Say shalom, shalom, good seeing everyone. Great seeing everyone coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. All praise to the Most High. Bless us some more time together. Yada Yah 7. I haven't had a chance to check my email. I've been kind of in and out right now. I'll check it later on. We'll be getting into it shortly, family. Talking about all these wonderful events going on right now. So beautiful to have this opportunity to come together. I'm gonna play this a little bit more. Give more people a chance to kind of come in, just maybe just get the notification. So coming in real fast before we get started. The closer we get to New Year's, as you can see, things are just jumping, popping. Everything's popping right now.
From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold.
Thank you, Ancient Gardener. I appreciate you putting that in there. The link's right there. Ancient Gardener just put the link in for you.
He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper.
Can't have a dog.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night.
All praises to the Most High, Phyllis. Thank you. All praises to the Most High.
Shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in.
Thank you to the moderators for controlling the chat room so we can have a nice, easy, smooth transitions and time with the family. We really appreciate you, the moderators, taking care of all that for us. Thank you so much. All praises, blow that shofar. Yes, Unity, glorious times we're living in right now. Redemption has come. So true. Israel's looking beautiful. Israel's looking awesome, like always. It's beautiful to see so many people already here. Thank you so much. Yes. Definitely glowing. All of us are glowing. The Father's love. That breath of the oil going through all of us right now. Gather yourselves together. That's exactly what we're doing. All praises to the Most High. All praises, yes, the Most High loves us, calling us back. It's such a beautiful time right now. We're getting it in a minute, family. Spending some time together, interacting with one another. Bringing more understanding, the things that we're seeing happening. Thank you, Misty Force. I appreciate that. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, Heath Michael. I appreciate that. All praises to the Most High. Let me just jump over here right quick. Great seeing everyone here. All praises. Thank you guys so much for coming in here and spending some time together. Just looking at the at my subscriptions and what's going on right now, as you can see, I guess there's shelling going on in Eastern Europe, over in the Ukraine, and I guess in the Donbass area. And you know, people are like, well, nothing's gonna happen, nothing's happening. It's just funny how they made us think, oh, well, nothing happened on Wednesday, so I guess now everybody can take their ball and go home. And it's like, this is all on the Most High's time, and it's. I was watching a video and I'm listening to a lot of these Gentiles are like, well, it's everything is controlled. So the powers that be want a war. The powers that be want a war. I don't know why, they want a war, and we've had two of these wars, and they want to have another one so they can make more money and things like that. And it's like, you guys, you have to complete the circle. Okay? You guys had no problem with war when it was to take down the Most High's chosen people. You had no problem with violence and war. Things weren't scripted back then, apparently. But now all of a sudden, that war is at your doorstep again. Now there's a problem. Now it's, we don't need war. We want peace and we want prosperity and everything else. And but when it was time for you to exercise your blessings, you guys were quick to jump on, to pull out your guys' blessing, pull out that sword and want to fight with everyone and anyone. Okay? I said, but times are changing. I said, these wars are now recompense. These wars that are coming now aren't for you to be able to come and just take things and for yourselves all the time. I said, there is payment that is necessary for the things that your ancestors have done. As much as these churches want to deflect, as much as these, bootlicking pastors want to deflect from what's really going on, and we're going to talk about that shortly. It's always about deflecting. It's never about talking about the the event at hand or what's really going on at hand. This is all about recompense. But since they've ignored us for so long, they seem to think that recompense is something that's never going to happen to them, or they're never going to have to pay for any of these things. But in that Bible that you guys walk around with, that you go to church with, that you say you love so much, recompense is all over the scriptures. It's all over the place. Okay? And I was cracking up yesterday listening to Off-Grid, no, not Off-Grid, it was New York Prepper, because him and Off-Grid are kind of just going back and forth. And, Off-Grid's telling you some things about America's history. And New York Prepper's like, I don't want to hear about our history. I don't want to hear about that. If you love America, put a flag up here and put a thumbs up. If you love America, because America's a great country. And it's like, you can only think about these things like this if you do not look at your history. If you refuse to look at your history. And see, that's what these pastors have allowed you guys to do. You don't look at your history at all. You just ignore all of the horrible things that your people have been responsible for. And the thing is that you're going to have to pay for it, even if you agree with it or not. It doesn't matter. Okay? Now, you're seeing these things that are starting to happen, and they're saying it's all about money. Okay? It's about the pipeline. It's about America's itching for war. It says everything that's happening right now is the Most High. Everything is the Most High, and they don't understand that. Okay? But something I wanted to get into, okay, because on the last video I talked about these pastors, okay, and what these pastors have done and what they continue to do today. And you can hear when you have the Spirit and you just listen to what they're saying. Everything is to make the Gentiles feel comfortable. Everything. Okay? Now, you keep hearing people, especially like a lot of these black pastors that have been set up by this Priest of Mahan system. It's like, you think that you're going to go to heaven with hate in your heart? You have hate in your heart. You're very hateful. You think, everything's the white man, the white man, the white man. Hate, 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 hate. And again, when you hear these types of things, have we not heard this when we were in church the whole time? Did we not hear this from these pastors all the time about, you need to forgive, what would Jesus do, and everything else? And see, what you're hearing is that it's still the same thing. It's the, how do you react? How are you reacting to the fact that you've been raped, robbed, and murdered and everything stolen from you for the last 400 years? It's not the fact that they have done all of these things that's a problem. The problem is how you are to react to these things. And I'm like, and it's like, if you think you're going to go to the kingdom with hate in your heart, I said, you got another thing coming to you. Keeping us docile. I'm like, hold on. I said, so all the stuff that they've done doesn't matter. The way that I might react to the things that they've done is the problem. You see how Esau switches everything up. That's what we've heard this whole time. You need to be the bigger person. You need to be the bigger person. You need to be the example. How about this? How about them admitting what they've done? How about them admitting what their ancestors have done? How about them admitting that those things have to be paid for? How I react to it should not be the problem, should not be the issue, should not be the topic of the day. It's what was done that should be the topic, because what was done is exactly why they are in the predicament that they are in. The Gentiles are in this predicament because even till today, they still are not admitting the truth. How many times have you heard the Gentiles say, you know what? We've stolen everything from you. How many times have you heard them say, we've stolen everything? All of this beautiful land that we say is ours is yours. All these resources that we've enjoyed, they came from you. Your history that we've given to everyone else, that's really your history. I haven't seen any of them admitting the truth. So see, but a bootlicking pastor is going to be like, well, that doesn't matter. How you react is the problem. How, if you get upset and you actually show any kind of emotion, that's the problem. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's how they absolve them from responsibility. And they switch everything to the way that we react being a problem. You see that? And I hear this all the time. It's a pattern. So you can hear it. He's like, hold on. I said, they've been doing things now for hundreds of years, and you're just going to give them a pass, and you're going to make it sound like we are all upset just because you're so-called white people. We're all upset. We don't hate. Think about all the things. This is a prime example of, like, when they sit there and say that we have nothing but hate in our hearts, and you're not going to get into the kingdom with hate in your hearts. If we did not know the truth, when we didn't know the truth, did we not go to their churches? Did we not go and serve their white Jesus? Have we not been loving and inviting to all other nations this whole time? The whole time that we've been going through our curses, the whole time that things have not been fair, the whole time that things have not been right for our people at all, have we still not loved our enemies? Right? Yes, we did. We did it ignorantly, but we did it nonetheless, because we, in our hearts, we are a very forgiving people. We have compassion, even probably to a fault, because that's actually in our nature. I get told that all the time. Hey, Big Judy, you're a little too naive, or you give people the benefit of the doubt and things like that. I'm like, I said, don't take my kindness for weakness. I said, I can totally see people and the things that they're doing. I said, but I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I understand this, that I don't have to worry about protecting myself at all times. See, I do have magic. My magic is this. My magic is this. It's I know that the haters that hate me, the ones that, attack me all the time, my magic is the Most High makes them disappear. How many times have I been attacked by, plenty of people who've said this and said that and blah, 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 and this, and that. And all of a sudden, they talk. Then, where are they now? Where are they at now? My Father has made them disappear. You see what I'm saying? So I don't have to worry about, yes, I have to guard myself and whatever else, but I understand that the Most High has spirits all around me, has angels all around me that protect me. So that would be my magical gifts that many of the people who have hated me and attacked me and, have been very unfair don't look at the information. The Most High makes them disappear. My Father makes them disappear. And we've seen that many times. They might rise up for a little bit. They might make a name for themselves. But eventually, if their heart's not really in this and they're not really following the ways of God, or they're not in it for the right reasons, the Most High will expose them and the Most High will bring them down. And that's, like I said, that's all the Most High. It has nothing to do with me. That has to do with the Most High. That's all Him. So I see that all the time. I've seen that, for these last few years. I said, so I understand that, the Most High protects me, and, and I am a very loving and, individual. I can be trusting to a point, I said, but like I said, don't take my kindness for weakness. Don't take my nice voice and whatever else and think that, you can just get over on me, because that's not how that works either. Okay. So like I said, hey, we all have our magical powers, and I said, we all got our spirits around us. We got our spirits that protect us, but that hedge of protection, exactly. And He uses many people around us, to expose themselves. You see what I'm saying? So when you're seeing like these people that are attacking us, they're not attacking the people who've done all these things to us. They all seem to get a pass all the time, but they're attacking us and how we react to the things that have done to us. Hey, like I said, I'm sorry, but when we came into this truth and you realized how deep, the deception is, you don't think people are going to be upset? You don't think that, you have a right to be upset, or a right to have some type of emotions? I said, now you're not going to just continue with those emotions forever. Eventually you're going to start to grow out of that and everything else. I said, but don't sit here and make it seem as if you're all about skin color. I said, the whole system has been set up on skin color. The whole system has been set up against us because of our skin color, because of the one drop rule. If you have any kind of these Negroid features, you see what I'm saying? So don't sit there. It's always, that's what the devil always does. He tries to project the things that he does on other people. So he's trying to project us being awakened Israelites, spiritualites, however you want to look at it. They try to project us as somehow being racist. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, you guys are being racist. Look at you. It's all about skin color with you guys. Oh, you just hate the white man, the white man, the white man. I'm like, you don't hear me coming on here talking about the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man. Because trust me, Gentiles come in all colors. White, black, brown, yellow, red, okay? Even Israelites. I says, we're not all so-called black people. You see what I'm saying? So we're going off of your spirit. We're going off of the things that you say. I don't really care. I mean, we go what you say and we go off of your actions. Doesn't matter what you look like. So you guys are right about that. But trust me, I said, don't go like to like those extreme Israelites that you might see sometimes in the corners that are, might be just barely getting into this truth and might be, hey, we were all into that when we first came into, a lot of people came into that. Trust me, when we came into this truth and you start realizing how crazy this is, a lot of people started to like get really upset. I did. I said, but I didn't stay in that, in that space. Eventually, then you learn like, okay, now it's kind of like take that anger and take that, that pain and resentment and then channel it to something positive. You see? So, but that's what Satan does. Satan always tries to switch everything from what he's doing and project it on you. Now, something that I know Brother D'Angelo talked about, and because he's talking about people leaving comments, like when he was there was false accusations made against him, and he made a video responding to that, and then you get people saying, "Oh, this is bringing contention. This is bringing strife. You shouldn't do that. You should have." Emailed this person. You should have talked to this person directly. And like he says, how do you know that I didn't? That has happened to me over and over and over again, where people will attack me. And even if I just mention something about it, I get attacked for bringing that up. See, that's Satan to the T. They never say anything about the first person who's out here yelling, screaming, talking about you, talking about your wife, talking about your kids, making false accusations. They say nothing about that. But if you respond back, then that's the problem. That is a definite play of Satan, of the enemy. And you see it again right now. Esau and the Gentiles have been able to rape, rob, murder, steal, hide our identity, everything, correct? Okay. But what happens? What's the problem? If you find out about it and then you get upset about it, then you're the problem. You see? Never mind all the stuff that they've done. Just how you respond to it is the problem. You see that? That is Satan to the T. Don't look over here at all the stuff that they're doing. Just look at the responses to it. So like in a microcosm, you can think about how it is when you are attacked and the fact that if you say something back, that you're the problem. That's exactly what they do all the time. So now you look at it now. I see, we're at the end. We're bringing out facts. We're bringing out information. I am not telling anybody, it doesn't matter what your color is at this point. I said, because trust me, there's going to be plenty of people that look like us. There's going to be people that look like the other nations. I said that aren't going to make it either. I said because they have taken the bag. They don't admit the truth. They continue to, follow along with this program and everything else. Okay? And that's fine. That's their lot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your lot. That's cool. That's you. Okay? But if you respond back, that should not be the issue. See, you hear all the time. What do you hear all the time? Like, let me see if I have my Apocrypha here. I brought it up. I have to look it up. I didn't bring my Apocrypha. Okay. I can tell you guys anyways. Okay, in 2nd Ezra chapter 15. Okay? See, they make it sound like, oh, if you have hate in your heart, you're not going to make it into the kingdom. As if somehow my response to all the things happening to me is what is the basis of me making it into the kingdom or not, right? Well, in 2nd Ezra 15, I know I brought my red Apocrypha up in here. Let me see if I can even find it on the computer because I wanted to read it verbatim, but you guys are familiar with 2nd Ezra chapter 15. I know my people here are. I'm sure we got maybe some new people that are here that might not have it. 2nd Ezra 15. Okay. Okay. I found it right here. Hold on fast. I don't want to go too far. I'm going to get it right now. Because it's talking about why all these things are befalling the other nations. Why there's destruction coming on the world. And I was wondering, do people think that the destruction is coming on the world because of the way that we react to the things that were done to us? Or for the things that the other nations have done to us? Okay. Now, right here, so it says, for the sword, this is 2nd Ezra 15, I'll start at 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's what's happening right now. A lot of people are not caring about the president. They're not caring about their kings or princes. They're realizing that they've been lied to about absolutely everything. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people are now, that light is, is flashing now. That darkness is now being overcome by light. And they're realizing that these other people, these people in these political positions, don't really care about them. You see what I'm saying? So, but see, they're awakening, but they still don't have the correct direction. Because, you remember now how as we came into this truth, we started realizing that we thought we figured some things out, and all of a sudden we realized that that wasn't necessarily true. We started finding some more stuff out. You start to see there's all these levels, and there's all these roadblocks put up from you to actually find the truth, okay? So it's not like you just get past one lie, and all of a sudden you got the truth. It's like you get one lie, okay, I got that one down. Okay, now there's another lie. Okay, no, damn, there's another lie. Okay, well, damn, where's the truth at? You know what I'm saying? Because it's constant, okay? So now a lot of these people are starting to wake up, but they're also realizing that, they can't go to their pastor because he don't know nothing. Can't go to their priest, he don't know nothing. Can't go to your congressman, he don't know nothing. You can't go to your parents because they've been indoctrinated a lot of times on any of the same things. So who do you go to? You see what I'm saying? So it's like just lies on top of lies, and a lot of people are like, they don't have direction. So it probably gets very frustrating and depressing. So that's why a lot of people just say, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna stick with what's going on right now. But let me continue. 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. See, it's because of their pride. Now, these pastors and these churches allow these people to be prideful and continue in their pride because they don't make them face reality. See, if I don't talk about all the things that your people have done, and I concentrate on how they're reacting, how the Israelites are reacting to the things you've done, therefore I've allowed you to continue in your pride. I am not making you actually have to face reality. I'm not making you have to face the fact that, hey, you have nothing to be proud about. You have nothing to be proud about whatsoever. All the things that you think are so great about your country and the things that your history are all a bunch of lies. But see, Satan doesn't want you to realize that. So hold on, we're not going to talk about that. Let's talk about, these guys are Esau, white man. No, that's the problem. And if you have that heart, you're not going to make it into the kingdom. Come on now. That has nothing to do with this. The Most High is not coming because you might be pissed off about, how you were treated. He's pissed off because of the way you treated his people and how you've taken it overboard. And even at the end, you're still too prideful to even admit the truth. And you have a church system set up that allows you to continue in that pride and arrogance all the way until today. So let's continue. Okay? Let's see here. 17. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. See, this is that great tribulation that is now coming on you. See, this great tribulation already happened to us. Now it's getting ready to happen to you. Okay? This is that great tribulation they keep talking about that you're going to be raptured away from, which is not true. Okay? This is now verse 20. Behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanus, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them. See, all of your armies are all being called to a general location. That's what you're seeing right now. And now you're hearing people say, we don't want that. We don't want war. We want peace. We want things just to, to go back to normal. We want people to be able to just, live together. That's not the will of the Most High. The Most High is calling you. The Most High is calling your people. And he's telling you why you're being called. You don't understand why you're being called. You don't understand why your nations are all fighting, tripping over themselves to put all this military equipment over there. You don't understand why, because it doesn't make any sense to you. Because you don't understand about recompense. They say they want war because of the pipeline, and they want war because of the natural resources, and they want war because they hate Russia. Well, that's what the Most High puts in your mind to make you think that. You guys are the same people. There's nothing different between a white Russian and a white American, a white Russian and a white British person. And I said, you guys are all the same people. You are the Gentiles that were confederate against the Most High's chosen people. And that's what this says right here. He's letting you know, this is letting you know why all of a sudden all of your countries are just tripping over themselves, trying to get over there towards the Ukraine and to Eastern Europe. Because the Most High is calling you there. And see, your pastors ain't telling you that. They're telling you, don't worry about all the things that have happened. That has nothing to do with this. The only problem right now is how the Israelites are reacting, because some of them are upset. Some of them are mad. Some of them blame you for the bad things that have happened to them. And you didn't have them in slavery. Yeah, but you enjoy this society. You enjoy all the dainties of the society. You've been getting all these perks, just like I did in that couple videos ago. There's all these perks that you expect. You don't have to say anything, but you know they're there. You see? Now let's continue. Okay? If you listen to that last one, I want to read 20 again and look what it says at the end. Why the Most High is calling on you guys here. Behold, saith God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanus, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them. You have to pay for the things that were done to them. You should really know by now who the them are that the Most High is referring to. He's referring to his children, the things that you've done to them. This is the payment that is due. The bill is due. You're not going to get out of it. They're not going to take your ball and come back home. You're not going to have some kumbaya moment and all of a sudden hold hands. Most High says he's bringing you there to turn you one against another, to pay for what was done to them. Next verse. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Lord God. Listen to that one more time. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Lord God. You are still destroying our people. You are still playing mind games with our people. You are still not admitting the truth. You are not telling the people the truth. You are lying to them about everything. You are not talking about, hey, we've done all these things. Let us give back the things that we've taken from them. Let us tell them the truth. You're not trying to do that. You're still trying to run game all the way to the end. You're still like, don't worry about what you did for the last few hundred years. Just get pissed off at how they react to it. The Most High is not coming back because he's pissed off about how we're reacting. He's not pissed off because we might be upset and want justice. He's calling you because of the things that your people have done to his chosen people. Facts. That's it. So these pastors who keep making it seem like they keep on telling you that it's not about, what you've done. Most High doesn't care about skin color. Well, he cares about how his people are treated. He cares about that, does he not? So you can miss me with it's not about skin color, because the Gentiles set everything up off of skin color. Remember, all of these Europeans came over here and they lost their identities they had before, and they were given the identity of being white. We were given the identity of being black. We were less than. We are considered 3/5 of a man. Our history was taken from us, and we were then said we all came from Africa. Our lands, so you can't treat us a certain way for 400 to 500 years plus, and then all of a sudden at the end say skin color doesn't matter, when that's the basis that you have set up your entire society on. And the Most High is going to do the things that you've done to His people are going to now come on you. You see what I'm saying? So you don't get to play that game. You can play it, but we're not playing that one with you. Okay? When we first came into the truth, that was all part of controlling the truth. Making you guys set up these people to make it about skin color, so that then you could, like, oh, the whole movement of they're a bunch of, it's a hate group, so therefore it's a hate group. Just ignore what they're saying, so there you wouldn't have to listen to the things that they were saying. Like I said, don't say that we're racist when we have done nothing but love you the whole time. Don't call us racist when we are the only ones that have shown love to the other side. The Israelites, the people of color, are the only people that, even after they've been treated horribly, still showed you love. And to this day, they still show you love. Because, like I said, we are not a hateful people. It's not in our nature. It's not in our nature to be hateful and vindictive. Okay? So, like I said, in spite of all the things you've done to us, we still have shown you love. And we still show you love today. Because we're being used to bring this truth that your own people won't even tell you. It's going to be a very hard pill to swallow. It's going to be a hard pill to swallow either way. It's going to be a hard pill to swallow now. It's going to be a much bigger pill to swallow when the Most High cracks those skies open. You see? So the Most High is coming back, and like he says, He's not coming back because, and because of, He's pissed off about how we reacted. It's showing how He's upset about the things that were done to His chosen people. So therefore, as a pastor, wouldn't you think it'd be more important to concentrate on the things that have been done to His chosen people, and then give the opportunity of these, if people want to repent for what was done to the Most High's chosen people? Wouldn't that make more sense to concentrate on what was done to His chosen people, as opposed to concentrating on how the chosen people are reacting to the things that have happened to them? But see, everything's about distractions. It's always about the reaction, not the first punch, but the way you react to it. That's the problem. You see, I said, and our Father has been nice. He's been forgiving. I said, but I think a lot of people, really get a lot of things kind of twisted. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Let me look at my notes. Let's go to one of my favorite verses, okay? Jeremiah 30 and 16. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. Hold on, we're fast. The smoke is making me thirsty. Okay. All praises were over 1,000 people here. This is beautiful. Okay, what just happened? Jeremiah. Oh, gotta hit go. Okay. See, these are the verses that are not talked about. Okay. These are the verses that are not talked about. You see, your Christian churches and these pastors and these bootlicking pastors who sit here and just lie to you, hey, there's plenty of verses in here that are letting you know what's going on. They just don't want you to actually have to come to grips with the truth. Okay? Jeremiah 30, start at 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Now, I don't know about you, but that's pretty cut and dry. The Most High is not playing. So if you want to keep saying, oh, he's going to be upset because of the way you're reacting. Oh my gosh, you hate white people. I'm like, no one here hates white people. There's no such thing as white people. We hate what was done to us that went way overboard. We understand that we had to go and be punished. We understand that. And you should understand that you're going to have to be punished also. Okay? We understand that. Okay? We were punished. So don't now, as we have been, Most High is calling us back and giving us back our understanding, then you're upset about the way that people are reacting to this truth. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is, you can say whatever you want. I said, but this is, you try to explain these verses any other way. Again, Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all, not some, all of them, okay, all that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. All of them. Now, if the Most High wants to show some mercy, that is between that person and the Most High. If you want to pray for mercy, pray to the Most High. If you want to pray for, the Most High to, give mercy to you, your family, however, that is between you and the Most High. That is not between me. I'm not here to say you can't receive any type of mercy. I'm not here to do that. That is not my job. Okay? But I'm not going to be like these pastors are going to be like, just turn a blind eye to all these scriptures and this information and just concentrate on how the Israelites are reacting. Oh, you're not going to make it into the kingdom if you have hate in your heart. How do you know who's making it into the kingdom or not? You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't know who's making it in, and you don't know which position they're in, and you don't know which level they came from. So you don't know who's going where. You see, I mean, so it's like when people sit there and make these kinds of claims, like, hey, do you have some kind of like magic ball? Do you kind of know like where people came from? I said, I would love to see how you know that. Who's going here and who's going there? You see, many people, and I see this, okay, are married to Gentiles, okay? And it's like, you're married to Gentiles, and then you come into this truth, and you could expose these kinds of things, and then it could be a very precarious situation. I have that in my own family, okay? I have people that will not even entertain this information because of who they're married to, okay? Now, I don't care if the person is white, black, yellow, green, it doesn't matter. That person, it can be exposed to the truth as well and accept it, or whatever else. I said, it's not up to me to say, oh, this person looks this way, they're not going to get it. Because I've seen plenty of people who look white who accept a lot of this information. I've seen plenty of people who supposedly are black people reject it to the T, who don't want anything to do with it. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, that's not my job. My job isn't, but I do see like certain people, are married to someone who might not accept this, and then therefore that person makes them, just walk away from all of this. I said this happens in my family members. I got plenty of family members that are like that. Okay? So, like I said, I'm not racist whatsoever. I said, this is the information. Do with it as you will. I said, but when they go to church, I hear this like a lot of times. A lot of people say that, you've had like Gentiles do good things for you in your life. And yeah, I have. Definitely I've had Gentiles who've done great things for me and been nice and things like that. But I always say, when people tell me that, I'm like, I said, when you start coming into this understanding, it's about intentions. You see what I'm saying? Now, your intentions. Are you doing nice things for me because you feel sorry for me? You see what I'm saying? Are you doing nice things because in your heart or in your soul or in your spirit, you know the society has been set up for us, set up against us, right? Um, and you feel guilty about that, okay? But you still don't tell me that. But you're just doing nice things, and but you're not telling me exactly why. You see what I'm saying? I've always said people like this. I always say people like this. It's easy to do good things when you're on top. It's easy to do things. It's easy to give $100 away when you got 100,000 in the bank. It's easy to be nice to someone when you're at the pinnacle of society. When you're at the bottom, how are you going to react? You see what I'm saying? Like many of the Gentiles right now, they're not at the top anymore. They, they don't feel as comfortable anymore. So it was easy to do things when we're at the bottom and we're groveling and we need things, and they're at the top and they, what's $100? Here you go, man. Here you go. I said, but now that things are switching and you're hearing these whispers about these being the true children of the Most High, are you going to accept that truth? Are you going to admit that truth? Those same people who would be, who are quick to help you out with certain things before when they were at the top might not be so quick to be nice to you now, because now they're realizing that that whole society and them being on top was a fantasy, was something that wasn't really real. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, so it just kind of all depends. I mean, like I said, I have a lot of Gentiles in my family. Okay, my parents were together, and my parents divorced, and then they both married Gentiles. So I grew up around them. You see? So I understand that whole dynamic, okay? About, if you're married to someone and all of a sudden, you know, your son's coming up with all this information, and it kind of makes people very uncomfortable. And then they don't want to even have those kinds of conversations. You see what I'm saying? So I understand that. I see that dynamic. I've seen the dynamic in my family. I see that around, and I'm sure we all have seen it. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, so I understand that situation, you know. But like I said, I'll give the information to anyone that wants it. What you do with it is up to you. What you do with it is, between you and the Most High. And that's it, So trust me, grew up with white cousins. I said, I got white people that, that I've grown up with, I said, very well-to-do people, very rich, and I used to always wonder, how in the hell do you guys have so much money? How in the hell are you guys always going on trips? How in the hell do you guys afford all this stuff? So, but the Most High had me go through that so I could see that there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, so I'm not, when I say certain things, I'm like, I'm not coming from someone who doesn't deal with those types of people. I'm coming from people who's grown up with them, grown up around them. So I've seen many things. Okay. The Most High gave me those experiences so that when he awakened me, I can go back to like, okay, it was easy to do things for me when, you guys were up here. We're going to see now how easy it's going to be when I'm brought up here and you're brought down here. Will you then accept the truth? Will you then accept reality? And see, a lot of them are being brought down and are seeing us being up here and they can't accept it because it's so ingrained in them that we're always going to be down here. And that's not the case. Now the Most High is exposing their hearts. It's like, okay, well, when up here, it's okay to be cool, you be nice with them and everything else. How you gonna feel? How you gonna feel when it's like this? How are you gonna feel then when I raise my children back up here and you're down here? Are you then going to go out of your way to support them? Are you then gonna love them? Are you still gonna take care? Then that's the test. You see what I'm saying? That's a huge test. I went to college where I was one of the very few so-called black people that were there. I was surrounded with so-called white people. And like I said, most of them were really cool. They're very naive. You know, they're very naive because they didn't deal with us very often. Okay. I said, but it was okay for them to treat me, to act like they were cool with me when they were all up here. Now, once I, like one of the dudes I went to school with, I was tight. We were cool. All of a sudden, when he was up here, okay, he was a pastor, and I was down here. Oh, I want to talk about the Lord all the time. I want to have a discussion. How's your walk with God? How's your walk with the Lord? All of a sudden, I said, hey, you know what, man? I've been studying quite a bit. Got some more books. Got some understanding about the Apocrypha. I said, a lot of stuff that we were taught ain't really the same thing. All of a sudden, this dude right here, I thought was cool, was tight. Yeah, not so much. I ain't talked to him since. So, like I said, so I had that opportunity. So those are all interactions that we've all had. You know, that dude he don't message me. He won't text me. He used to text me, call me, randomly. My wife, his wife were tight. We all went to school together, everything else. All of a sudden, wife don't call, he don't call, don't want to talk, no nothing. So like I said, that's all. So like I said, so I see this all the time. How when they're on top, they cool. They want to have those discussions, everything else. When they think you're gonna have to come up to them and have to get approval from them. But when it's like, hey, hold on, most high, then it's like, yeah, nah, I don't want that discussion. And how many of you guys have had the same thing happen? Exactly. They run when you're learned up. When you start to get that information and you start to get that understanding, they don't want to have that conversation no more. They don't. Then they're not the cool person. They're not the cool Gentile that they were before. You see what I'm saying? And I'm sure all of us, have had that situation. So like I said, I want to know how you're going to react when the Most High flips the switch. You see what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. When you can't pull out the Greek says this, the Greek says that, and therefore that they use that also to elevate themselves. You see what I'm saying? They use that. Oh, well, the Greek says this. Do you speak Greek? Oh, you don't speak Greek? Oh, okay. Well, then then that again puts them up here and puts you down here. Same thing. You see? So, like I said, so I'm not racist at all. I said I had a great. They said they were cousins were cool, different. They did things much different than I did. I said they were cool. My uncles and aunts. Through marriage. So I would go to do the holiday thing with them. We see each other on holidays, everything else. We go here together, go to Disneyland. We do stuff like that together. So like I said, I got Most High exposed me to many different aspects of life. Okay, so like I said, not everybody is outfitted for their task the same way. Not all of us were in the hood. Grew up like this. I mean, I had that too. I said because my parents were divorced and I didn't even live with my parents for a time because both of them were out doing whatever they wanted to go do. And I didn't even live with either of them. Lived in bad areas. I was a kid that didn't get to go on the field trip because he was fighting all the time. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, the class is going on a field trip, but you can't go because you got into a fight. We told you how many fights you're going to get into, and if we warned you, if you get into one more fight, you're going to go on a field trip. Yeah, well, I got one more fight, and that was it. I didn't get to go on the field trip. Okay, but that's I said that's neither here nor there. So like I said, so many of us have had many different you know experiences in life. You see what I'm saying? So I said so. Most High had me. I got those experiences. I said, and I got other experiences. So Most High got me in many different areas and whatever else to get me ready for my walk here at the end. But see, I look at it as, like I said, as preparation, prerequisite courses to get you ready. You know, if you got to understand your enemy, sometimes you got to live behind enemy lines to kind of know how they really are. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High is definitely, I mean, and that happened to all of us. And like I said, they're not all enemies. I said, that's what, when I got into this truth, and that's what we hear all the time. Oh, all white people this way, and all white people that way. And I'm like, well, no, that's not true. I mean, I've had cool people that I grew up with, white, black, brown, yellow, I got Asian dudes I was cool with, Puerto Rican dudes I was cool with, white dudes I was cool with, some I wasn't cool with, black dudes I was cool with. I said, it's just, we all got exposed to different people. Shalom, family, shalom. I said, shalom, D'Angelo, great seeing you. So, like I said, how are they going to react? Because the switch is here. We all see it. They see it too. And I was talking to you guys about how, like the masters, like in these secret societies, they had regular jobs. They were traveling from place to place. And then they were dropping information, dropping jewels to people in all different, areas of life. We do exactly the same thing. Some of us, have certain kind of jobs where we're interacting with people all the time. And now the Most High has given us that information. So now not only are we interacting with different people, now we're able to drop jewels here, drop seeds there, as we're going to work, as we're going through society. I said, I see a lot of similarities that were going on in the past happening again today. You see what I'm saying? Like, listen to the sister I shared her, my sister from, was it Chicago with the fence? She always tells me, yeah, I'm the one with the fence. My sister, I said, I shared her video. I said, beautiful video. I love hearing her talk. I said, just the way she speaks. I said, and Hebrew widow too. I just love the way that they speak. I said, the way that they convey their thoughts. I said, it's beautiful to be able to get another, a sister's point of view of things as well. Sister Lisa Cabrera. Okay, I love listening to her. True Royal, listening to her. I said, you get different perspectives from different people. So it's a beautiful thing, brother. Sister Nema. I said, everyone, the Most High is raising up so many people to all these different facets to bring more understanding. And it's a beautiful thing. I said so, but it's like, stop with the lies, bro. Stop with the lies, man. I said, stop attacking the Israelites and is giving all the Gentiles a pass. I said, that's what these churches have been doing this entire time. I said, tell them the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell them the truth. I said, you're gonna have to face the music either way. I said, you're gonna have to face this truth either way. There's no, when they were in their blessing, they got their opportunity to understand, to see all this stuff. Like I said, I got my family members. I said, these people were just rolling. I mean, like, just houses here, houses there, I'm sure plenty of houses I didn't even know about, this was decades ago. I'm like, how the hell y'all got all this money? How do you have all these houses? I said, but that's the way the society has been set up. So he exposed me to be able to see it, and I never really understood how it all. It just, okay, that's how it is. But then as you get older, and now you just kind of look back and like, oh, redlining. Oh, okay. Oh, we couldn't get loans. Oh, okay. Oh, that's why you got this stuff so cheap. Oh, okay. Now I understand why, you guys can afford to go on vacations all the time. I can afford. Oh, okay. Now I understand why I couldn't do any of this stuff, but you guys can, do certain things. I said, oh, okay. One of them told me something. I was getting a loan. This is funny. And I'm like, one of them said, okay, well, just make sure you do better with your money next time. And, so you don't have to, do this refinance and this loan and take this cash out to pay these bills. I'm like, I don't have a mom that can pay for my bills or buy me a car or buy me this and buy me. This is like decades ago. I'm like, who the hell do you think you are? I was like, you got your parents sitting here like subsidizing everything. You live at home with your parents. You how old? I said, trying to give me monetary advice. Like, what the hell? I said, but that's their thinking. Like, oh, you just need to work harder, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and do better with your money. And I'm like, I said, you're how old? You still live with your parents, and they're still taking care of everything. I was like, yeah, but see that, I don't know if they necessarily meant it in a bad way. I said, but that just shows you like how lost they are. But you guys know how that is. Everybody knows how that is. I was like, I said, you're my cousin. I said, I've seen how you've never moved out of the house. you're 30 some odd years old and your parents are still taking care of you. In fact, you work with your parents. So you're not really even working. You're working with your parents, and then I'm sure they're paying you all this money, letting you live at home. It's like, no, don't give me that, man. But y'all know, you guys know how that is. We all got those parents. We all got those family members. But let me read a little bit more of Jeremiah 30 and 17, okay? Well, let's start with 16 again, because it just sounds so good. It just sounds so right. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Just like your pastors today. Look, you guys don't even deserve for them to even have to acknowledge anything that they've done to you. This is Zion. Look how you guys act. You kill each other. You're lazy. You live in your mom's basement. You don't work. This is Zion right here. You guys know what? Gentiles, don't worry about it. You don't have to apologize for anything. Look at them. Same thing. These are the bootlicking pastors right here. You see what I'm saying? They're outcasts. You don't got to worry. They don't deserve you to even acknowledge the things that you guys have done to them. You see what I'm saying? Like you can see these scriptures popping out into reality right now. So again, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry, and I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. All that have oppressed us are going to be punished. So please, these people are going to be punished because their ancestors oppressed us. The Most High is not, I don't hear anything about, oh, damn it, you guys got mad. That's the problem. The way you guys reacted is a problem. You see what I'm saying? It's like, nah, man, that's not what's going on here. Stop lying. You see what I'm saying? Stop it. I said, only people who want to hear that are Gentiles who don't want to hear the truth. And that's cool. If that's your audience, that's cool. But, you're not going to be coming out here acting like you're trying to tell us how the Israel is supposed to be acting. How we're supposed to be like, oh, you know what, guys? Yeah, I know, man, you raped my sister. You killed my mom and dad. Yeah, you worked me to the bone. You know what? It's cool. You know what? In fact, I should never even get upset about that. In fact, you know what I mean? You know what? Why don't you come over here and rape my son and the daughter too? You know what? Yeah, you want to do that too. Why don't you just go ahead and do that too? That's cool. I'm cool. Did you want me to get you some water while you're doing it? You see, I'm like, that's what you guys want. That, you know what I'm saying? That's what you guys act like. I was like, nah. I said, those days are over with. I said, so these people can sit here and act like, we're the problem, all the while you're ignoring all the things that have happened to us. And the Most High is not ignoring it. You see what I'm saying? The Most High is not going to ignore the things that have happened to our people. So you're not getting over with that. That's not going to happen anymore. Okay? Let me see. Isaiah 51 is what you guys need to be telling the people so they can kind of understand. Isaiah 51. 22, and 23. Oops. Isaiah 51, 22, and 23. Well, let's see here. Let's start at 20. Isaiah 51 and 20. Okay. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. So our sons here are what? Full of what? Full of fury, full of anger. They're full of fury and anger. The society has done that also. They don't act like they don't somehow have like a part to play in how our people react. Okay? And see, the Most High just led me to this right now. I didn't read this before. The Most High just led me to this one right now. Again, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. So these, angry, upset. Okay? Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. So I'm sure the Most High is going to talk about how he's pissed off that our people are angry, because that's what you're hearing from these pastors about how that's the problem. Let's hear if that's what the Most High says in verse 22. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street to them that went over. Doesn't sound like he's pissed off about the way that we're angry and upset. That wasn't the problem. The problem was how we were told to lay down so they could walk all over us. That seems to have been the problem. Oppression does makes a wise man mad, exactly. So again, let's read that again, because like I said, we've been afflicted. We are drunk, but not with wine, but with these fake and false philosophies, with fake history, fake understanding of who we are, everything. So again, I'm gonna start at 20 again, because like I said, this is to the T. So it's showing you that what these pastors tell you is not why the Most High is upset. So please stop it with the, you're all about hate. You're hate. No. Fake everything. Exactly, sister. Exactly. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God, that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street, to them that went over. Like we said before, we've shown nothing but love to you. We laid our bodies down. We've loved you throughout all of the things you've done to us. We've shown nothing but love through all of our time going through these curses. So please, you can miss me with the you're being racist and this and that, okay? Because you hear that from the Gentiles all the time. Oh, you guys are just a bunch of racists. You're the same as the Ku Klux Klan. When did the Ku Klux Klan lay themselves down, make themselves bare? When did the Ku Klux Klan do anything, do anything positive for us as a people. You see, that's again, you're comparing apples to oranges again. It's totally different. And trust me, like I said, I'm just looking at my notes real fast. I mean, there's a whole lot of scriptures I can definitely get into if I want to. Okay, but this shows you how Satan can take scriptures and take information and just tweak it a little bit, twist it a little bit, and take you from what you really should be concentrating on to concentrating on things that actually has nothing to do with prophecy, has nothing to do with recompense. You see what I'm saying? Like, the Most High has given you guys, the other nations, your opportunity to hear this truth. Do you think the Most High, what's going to happen after he says, okay, I've given you enough time, and now the door is closed? You see, that's why he has to raise up the Israelites here at the end to tell you the truth, because you're not going to get it from your pastors. You're not going to get it from your priests. They're lying. They lie about everything. Everything. And they continue to lie till this day. They're not telling you the truth about any of this. And not about any of it whatsoever. Let me see. Let me go here to the Sefer real quick. Let me go to 2nd Baruch real fast. 2nd Baruch chapter 13. 2nd Baruch 13, 4 through 12. Second Baruch, chapter 13, 4 through 12, okay, from the Sefer. So that if ever those prosperous cities say, why has El Elohim brought upon us this retribution? Say unto them, you and those like you, who shall have seen this evil, this is the evil and retribution which is coming upon you and upon your people. And it is and in its destined time, that the nations may be thoroughly smitten. And then they shall be in anguish. And if they say at that time, for how long? You will say to them, ye who have drunk the strained wine, drink ye also of its dregs. The judgment of the lofty one, who has no respect of persons. On this account, he had aforetime no mercy on his own sons, but afflicted them as his enemies, because they sinned. Then therefore were they chastened, that they might be sanctified. But now, ye peoples and nations, ye are guilty, because ye have always trodden down the earth, and used the creation unrighteously. For I have always benefited you, and ye have always been ungrateful for the beneficence. That goes exactly with what we just read in Isaiah 51, 22, and 23. But it gives you even more of an understanding. You see, he's been punishing us. He's punished us. So for people to sit here and make it seem as if, oh, he's been punishing us for the last 400 plus years, but now he's going to punish you again. Now you're going to go to hell because you were mad or upset at this situation. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't say that in here. In fact, he already knows that we're upset. He already knows that we're asking. Our brethren are under the altar asking, how much longer, Lord? How much longer before you recompense these people for the things that were done to me? So I guess, the Most High should say, you know what? You shouldn't be asking for recompense. You should be trying to forgive them. You should be trying to just love on them. But that's not what the scriptures say. But see, that's what Satan does. Satan just, let me just tweak this just a little bit. Okay, now let's get pissed off at the Israelites again. You see what I'm saying? Don't look at them. Just twist it too, so we can just look at the Israelites again. Yeah, it's all their fault. That's why you still got that what is it? That left behind doctrine, that rapture doctrine. Don't look at things that if you don't accept Jesus, you're gonna go through 7 more years of tribulation. You see, you see what I'm saying? So yeah, you guys are gonna have to admit, all of it. Like I said, there's no lukewarm, there's no halfway. Okay, you're gonna have to admit the stuff that your forefathers have done. That's it. You see what I'm saying? Like most times, like, hey, you're not gonna just. There's no halfway crooks. There's no like, hey, yeah, yeah, I love you guys. We're all about everybody being, equal. Until it's time for us to really be equal, and it's time for you to have to pay for what your forefathers did, like we paid. Then all of a sudden, it's like, we don't want that. We don't want that. You guys just want to fake the funk and make it sound like you really love everybody until it's time to have to pay. You're gonna have to pay either way. You see what I'm saying? We paid. That's what it says. That's what this tells you right here. It says, then, therefore, hold on. On this account, he had aforetime no mercy on his own sons, but afflicted them as his enemies, because they sinned. We've been afflicted already. Most High's already kicked our butts. So what is this? He's going to kick your butt some more because you're mad? Because you're upset? Most High said he's going to use the Gentiles to chasten us. Did he not? And that's exactly what he did. He's going to use them, and that's exactly what he did. You see? So come on now, man. You guys, hey. Those kind of tactics work on people who don't read. They work on people who are, I don't know, dumb. I said, but those kind of tactics, that's why churches don't want you to read. They don't want you to study. They don't want you to get, like, I don't know, a mind of your own. So then you can sit there and say certain stuff and be like, oh yeah, that sounds good. I guess, yeah, that sounds I'm sorry. I guess the politically correct way we should say is low frequency. Hey, dude, we were all there. I was a low frequency person at the time too. So I'm not saying anything that I didn't go through, that I didn't do also. You see what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So we were all there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying like anything like that I didn't go through. I was dumb for a time. We all were dumb. We're dumbed down and docile, and wanting us just to love everybody. I said nothing new. I'm not saying anything that we don't know. No one's calling anyone dumb, and you know what I'm saying. But they expect you to not really, I don't know, analyze the things that they say. That's how these pastors for all these years have gotten away with all this BS, by just saying things and no one checks them. I said, but we check you here. We're definitely going to be checking you. We're not going to be letting you just run your mouth and then say certain things. And then, because see, when you actually can go to different books and you can go to other information, I said, then it opens up so many more avenues and more understanding and stuff like that. I've done videos on this before. Let me just find it real fast. From 2nd Baruch. Let me see here. Okay, this is 2nd Baruch, chapter 72. Now, see, it's kind of crazy because why this particular book has been hidden. It's got, well, you probably just saw from 13 why it was hidden, but there's also positive stuff for Gentiles. So I'm thinking that like maybe the churches don't want the Gentiles to realize that there is an alternative. That's why they raise up Israelites who make it sound like there's no hope for the Gentiles, because that's not true either. Okay, there is hope for Gentiles if you come in order, if you follow the things that the Most High wants you to do things. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I think like a lot of like these people who were in a lot of these camps that were kind of set up, and it's always like, oh, you're white, oh, you're out of here, you're done. Oh, you're black, oh, you're in. Your dad's black, oh, you're in. Oh, like, hold on, like my dad's black, yeah, but my dad could have been, he could have had a white granddad, 3 or 4 generations before, 5 or 6, so you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't know. I said, so you can't just be looking at people and saying this and that. I said, because I'm going to read something to you guys from 2nd Baruch 72. Okay, so you Gentiles, look, listen, I'm going to tell you something here that maybe your pastors haven't told you, okay? But this is really important. This is why you need to know who the true Israelites are and who you really should be blessing at this point, okay? Because this goes with Genesis, okay? When it says, I will bless them that bless Israel and I will curse them that curse Israel. Okay, this is why it's so important to know them, okay? 2 Baruch chapter 72. Hear now also regarding the bright lightning which is to come at the consummation after these black waters. This is the word. After the signs have come, of which you were told before, when the nations become turbulent, and at the time of my Mashiach is come, he shall both summon all nations, okay? And some of them he shall spare, and some of them he shall slay. So Mashiach's calling everyone, calling all nations. Some he's going to spare, some he's going to destroy. Now, when you hear like the first, we got into the truth at first. It was like, if you're a Gentile, you have no hope. You're done. That's it. You're over with. Okay. Now this is telling you, he's going to call all the nations together. Some he's going to spare, some he's going to slay. Let's find out what was the parameters. Why is he going to kill some, and why is he going to spare others? Let's just find out. Okay. Verse 3. These things, therefore, shall come upon the nations, which are to be spared by him. Every nation which knows not Yisrael, and has not trodden down the seed of Jacob, shall indeed be spared. So, if you weren't destroying Israel, if you were treating them right, if you were blessing Israel, you're going to be spared. Next part, verse 5. This because some out of every nation shall be subjugated to your people. Hey, handmaids, just like it talks about in Isaiah 14:1. Some of you guys are going to be subjugated to the Israelites. Okay? All right, that's what it says. Verse 6. But all those who have ruled over you or have known you shall be given up to the sword. So all the ones that have pretty much cursed Israel, destroyed Israel, you're going to be destroyed. So the whole point was, if you treated Israel right, if you're blessing Israel, you're going to be spared. You might be servants and handmaids, but you're still going to be spared. All the ones who have destroyed Israel, known them, destroying them, treated them wrong, cursed them, they're going to be given to the sword. Plain and simple. That right there is 2 Baruch chapter 72. Connect that with Genesis, and if I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse thee. Right there. That also connects with Isaiah 14:1 and 1 through 3. About the ones that are cleaved to Israel, and Israel is going to take them from servants and handmaids. Right there. Would you much rather be a servant or handmaid in a kingdom, in a righteous kingdom, or be destroyed? That's your choice. But that's what these scriptures say. This book, like I said, if you can find it, you guys see, I think you can, maybe hopefully you can still get it directly from them. I said, is no joke. I mean, it's got all these other books. It's got Enoch in here. I said it's got a lot of other books in there. Jubilees, Jasher, 2 Baruch. I love 2 Baruch. It's got so much information in there. Okay? But like I said, hey, I'm showing you plenty of scripture. But now you can see, like, hey, they're the ones who took it out. So don't get mad at me because you ain't heard it before. Okay? Your man is the one who's, giving you your guys the scriptures, who's approved, your Catholic Hebrews, or, well, actually, no, the Catholic Church, okay, the priesthood of Mahan was the one that only gave you 66 books while they kept all these other ones out. Okay? I said a lot of great information. Okay? I said, it's beautiful. I said, there's a lot of information in here. But that's just showing you, like, hey, so it's your choice how you want to serve. You're going to serve either way. I said, we served. We served. So if we served, you're serving. That's just how it is. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you, oh, well, you know what? They're mad. So therefore, that's the problem. This is how they're reacting. I said, that's not gonna fly. Like it'll fly to someone who wants to hear that BS. I said, but the other people, nah, we'll take care of that. Zechariah 2:8. We're gonna finish up on a couple more of these. I had a whole lot of other books. I have to go into them at another time. Time flying. Zechariah 2. Oh. Zechariah 2, we started at 8. Zechariah 2, verse 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And ye shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith the Most High. I mean, it's straightforward. Again, I'll read it again. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And ye shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith the Lord. Just letting you know right here that this is the future. This is what you're seeing going on right now. This is why you're seeing all these nations being called right now over there in Europe. They're not the Most High is calling them. He's the one that's bringing them together. He's the one that's going to destroy them. He's the one that's going to make them fight with each other, because it's all about recompense. It's all about payment. Now, people can keep making all their videos about, I don't know, Gog, Magog, and Russia, and the man of sin gonna barely be coming on the earth and getting ready to set up his one world government and everything else. I said, but if this isn't part of prophecy, prove it. Find some scriptures that show otherwise. Show that we're not going to be recompensed. Show that no one's going to have to pay for the things that they've done to our people. Be my guest. Make videos all you want. I said, but trust me, I'm just scratching the surface. I got plenty of notes and pages of notes and things like that I can go into for days on all this information. He said, I said, we've been doing this, the nation has been, the Most High's given me opportunity to study quite a bit and get a lot of this information. I said, this is the Most High that's been preparing all of us to be used at this time in order for us to be able to bring this truth that they're not going to hear any other place. So like I said, we're just scratching the surface. We can do this however long that it is necessary. The Most High has blessed us with a lot of information and a lot of understanding in order for us to be able to be that light here at the end. And that's what we're doing. We're being a light to the world, to our people as well as to the Gentiles. Like I said, hey, if you haven't been, bad with Israel, if you, haven't, now you've realized who Israel is, I said, now is the time for you to bless them, for you to admit this truth, not halfway. Thank you, Flora Turner. I appreciate that. So thank you guys so much for coming. I said it's been a beautiful time spending with you, spending with everyone here. Thank you to the moderators again for controlling everything in the chat. I mean, there's a lot of people in the chat, so you got over 1,200 people here. So I know it's a lot to maintain. I really, really appreciate you, and I really appreciate everyone that's here spending time together. I said it's a beautiful time. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again and check out all the I said all the conversations. I said because it's just flying through, but it's beautiful to be able to see and everyone have an opportunity to come together. So all praise is to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom, family.